God says, you were not meant to see this by accident. The one who has been trying to keep you blinded, she did everything in her power to prevent this from reaching you. The witch, yes, the one who pretends to smile in your face and whisper blessings with lips soaked in envy and soaked in venom, she never wanted your soul to hear this. She paid, she prayed, she planned, but still, my message has found you. Archangel Michael came with great urgency, his sword trembling, his wings heavy with sorrow. He said your name with trembling lips, because what he saw happening around you has disturbed even the highest ranks of heaven. Michael has stood in battles that shook galaxies, but what's happening to you, what this woman has done to manipulate, delay, and erase your destiny, is far more sinister than any physical war. And God says, it's because you are more powerful than she could ever tolerate. It's because your very light disturbs her shadows. You were chosen, long ago, to carry a grace that others could only dream of. You were chosen to be protected, provided for, prospered, and poured into. But the witch saw it. She didn't need a prophecy to know, your presence alone was the prophecy. And that was enough to make her panic. That was enough to make her make a deal with the darkness. That was enough to make her say, if I cannot be her, I will destroy her. God says, she traded her own salvation in the spirit just to watch your soul cry. She decided that your downfall would be her victory. But she underestimated the power of the God who walks with you. She set traps. You may not have seen them, but heaven did. And every time she tried to snatch your beauty, to bury your blessings, to curse your health, to dry up your favor, Archangel Michael stood between you and her with a shield of fire. But God says, this time it's different. This time, the battle she initiated is not just to take from you. It is to possess you. She wants to wear your skin in the spirit. She wants to steal your glow, your gifts, your voice, your mind, your anointing. And if you do not heed this message within these very moments, God says, even He will not stop the consequences of your silence. Michael cried. Not wept. Not whispered. He cried out. He fell on his knees before the throne and pleaded for this one last message to be sent to you. He begged God to allow your eyes to fall upon these words before the curse fully activates. Because God is just, and He will not stop what you allow. He will not override your silence with force. This is your moment. The moment where your decision writes the future. The witch did not look like a witch. That's why you doubted. She came with charm, with familiar words, with tears that looked pure. She disguised her venom as advice. She cloaked her curses as concern. But in the spirit, her face is already decomposing. In the spirit, she has the stench of betrayal on her hands. In the spirit, she is already holding the bag where she plans to carry your stolen blessings. She has been feeding off your delay. Every time you doubted yourself, she danced. Every time you hesitated, she feasted. Every time you gave up on your dreams, she gained more strength. Because your sadness has been her sacrifice. She whispered, "Let her give up. Let her think it's too late. Let her feel forgotten." Because as long as you didn't move forward, she believed she had time to complete the ritual. But she didn't expect this. She didn't expect Michael to break through the veil. She didn't expect heaven to send this final alarm. And now she's trembling. Right now. This very moment. She can feel the power of these words approaching her soul. And she is terrified. Because she knows what comes next. If you open this completely, if you fully receive what God is telling you, her identity will be exposed in your dreams. You will hear her voice clearly. You will see her face. You will feel her guilt. You will know without doubt who she is and what she tried to do. But even more terrifying for her, if you accept this message with full belief, everything she stole will return. Yes, God says, everything. Every closed door she locked will burst open. Every person she turned against you will return in shame. Every sickness she planted will dissolve. Every financial blockage she caused will explode with overflow. And most horrifying to her, your beauty, the one she tried to imitate, steal, and curse, will multiply. Because your beauty was never just skin deep. It was spiritual. It came from your connection to God. And when she tried to sever that connection, she tried to rewrite your divine DNA. But it's not too late. You are reading this now, and that means the war is not lost. But you must act. Not tomorrow. Not in 10 minutes. Now. Because while you read this, she's preparing the final ritual. She believes you will ignore this message like you ignored the last few signs. She believes you will dismiss this as a coincidence. She believes you will keep living in numbness and pain. But God is watching. He is listening for your yes. For your surrender. For your refusal to be silent any longer. Archangel Michael is circling you right now. His sword is drawn. He is prepared to expose her in broad daylight. But he needs your agreement. He needs you to declare, "No more. I am done being blind. I choose God's truth over her lies. I choose freedom over fear. I choose divine justice over manipulation." The moment you say this aloud, the contract she made against you will burn. And yes, she will beg. When heaven exposes her, she will plead for mercy. She will say she didn't mean it. She will say she was just angry. She will say she was jealous, and confused, and hurting. But God says, do not fall for her words. Her tears are rehearsed. Her apologies are strategic. This is not a movie. This is spiritual war. You are not weak. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not foolish. You are not unworthy. Everything she said about you was projection. Everything she tried to convince others about you, she was describing herself. She wanted them to look away from your light. Because if they ever truly saw you, they would all follow you. And she knew it. So she gossiped. She lied. She manipulated. She said things that made others question you. And some believed her. And that broke your heart. But God says, restoration is coming. Even the ones who left you will return. Even the ones who mocked you will kneel. Because when God exposes someone, He leaves no room for debate. You will see it. You will hear it. You will witness her fall. Not because God is cruel, but because justice delayed is no longer justice. And this has gone on for too long. You didn't deserve the suffering you went through. That wasn't God. That wasn't karma. That wasn't life. That was her. Strategically placed curses. Words spoken in the dark. Prayers that looked innocent but were laced with envy. Oil she anointed her home with after inviting you inside. Words she spoke over your name while smiling at your photos. But here is the miracle, none of it worked the way she wanted. Because even when you were broken, God was still protecting your essence. Even when you felt hopeless, Archangel Michael was guarding your crown. Even when you wanted to give up, the angels held you. And now, the truth has come. This is not a random message. This is a divine confrontation. God is standing between you and the one who plotted against you. And He is asking you, will you finally take the sword and cut the cord? Will you finally say yes to freedom? Will you finally see her for who she is? Because the moment you do, everything changes. The witch will lose her access. The curses will die. The delay will end. The fog will lift. And you will become unstoppable. You will rise so fast that people will gasp. You will glow so brightly that even your enemies will bow. You will walk in such favor that it will terrify every spirit of darkness that ever tried to touch you. But first, exposure. That's what this message is. That's why she didn't want you to read it. That's why she panicked. That's why things started going strangely wrong every time you tried to pray recently. That's why you felt heavy and confused. Because she was trying to keep this moment from happening. But heaven overruled her. You have just been given spiritual permission to see the truth. Now act. Do not be polite to a demon. Do not let comfort keep you enslaved. Do not let false loyalty chain you to someone who made deals in the dark to destroy your life. God says, He is still with you. He has always been. But this is your final wake-up call. If you go silent now, the consequences will not be delayed any longer. This is the moment to rise. To shout. To pray. To command the enemy to flee. You are not weak. You are not stuck. You are not out of time. The witch is. She knows it. And now, so do you. Let Michael finish what he started. Let God restore what she tried to take. Let your light explode through the shadows. You are the miracle. You are the prophecy. You are the one she feared would awaken. And now, you have. And nothing will ever be the same again. God says, the witch wants you to skip this. And she has whispered to forces in the air, telling them to cloud your spirit so you ignore this warning. She has counted on your silence. She has prayed to the dark side that you become tired or distracted, so that this message never reaches you in time. Because if you see this and believe, if you open your spirit right now and read until the very end, the chains she placed on your destiny will shatter like glass under divine fire. You don't understand what is truly happening around you because things are being hidden in silence, in confusion, and behind fake smiles. God says, this is not a metaphor. This is not a story. This is a divine emergency. Archangel Michael is shaking right now. He stood at your door in the spirit realm last night with his flaming sword drawn. He looked at your face, at your soul, and whispered with pain, "Beloved, please, please do not skip what I was sent to deliver." The moment you ignore this, that woman will be free to execute the last part of her plan. And then, not even I can pull you out of the destruction that's been laid. Yes, a woman has plotted. And not just any woman, someone you would never expect. A person who plays a role in your life that looks innocent, kind, sweet. But her eyes have changed recently. Have you noticed? God says the way she looks at you when you turn your back has shifted. Her aura trembles with something dark. And you felt it in moments, haven't you? A strange energy. A strange heaviness when she enters the room or sends a message or comments on your picture. Sometimes, your dreams become distorted after she calls you. Sometimes your face, your health, your energy feels like it drops, but you can't explain why. This is not a coincidence. The witch was paid. Paid in jealousy, paid in rage, and paid in demonic currency. She entered a spiritual contract where your downfall was the prize. She never wanted to work hard like you. She never wanted to bloom like you. She just wanted to copy, imitate, and then destroy. And now she wants to take your beauty, your laughter, your influence, and most importantly, your divine purpose. God says, she used to respect you. But then one day, something twisted. She watched you win when she was supposed to win. She watched people love you when she expected them to ignore you. She started monitoring your online activity, your reactions, your fashion, your words. She started mocking you behind your back. And then, one day, she said something spiritually fatal to herself: if I can't be like her, then I will make sure she loses everything. She said this in rage. But in the spirit realm, demons heard it as an invitation. And one spirit, a very old one, crept in, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. That moment is now. This is the hour. And if you don't take this warning seriously, if you ignore this and go back to your day as if nothing is wrong, this spirit will be given access. Not because God is weak, but because you willfully ignored a heavenly intervention. God gave you free will, and now you must choose: believe and stay protected, or doubt and allow the shadows to close in. Archangel Michael says, this is not a game. I've already fought 2 battles this week on your behalf that should have destroyed you. Twice your name was used in a meeting of sorcery. They chanted. They laughed. They invoke things in the air, to confuse you, to drain your beauty, to bring illness to your body and chaos to your mind. I blocked them both times. But the third time, if you don't act, she will get through. Yes, she wants your beauty. You noticed your glow dimming. You noticed your face looking different, and the mirror not responding with the joy it used to. God says it's because she sent a veil over your reflection, so you start hating what you see. She wants you to forget how beautiful you are. Because if you forget, your energy will fall. And if your energy falls, your purpose gets blocked. And if your purpose gets blocked, your divine wealth is delayed. And if your divine wealth is delayed, she wins. God says, her identity will be exposed in this very moment, if you continue reading. Don't scroll away. Don't lose focus. A powerful veil of distraction is coming in the next 5 minutes to stop you. Resist it. Push through it. The longer you read, the more her darkness begins to unravel. Let's go deeper. This woman knows things about you that you never told her directly. Because she listens to spirits. She has gone to someone who knows how to astral project, and they have looked into your future. They saw what you were destined to become. And they saw that no matter what you've lost in the past, you are about to enter a season that makes it all worth it. You are supposed to shine in a way that terrifies the dark. You are supposed to win in a way that flips your entire lineage into blessing. And they saw this. So they made a plan. Their plan involved 3 stages: confusion. They would confuse your relationships. Make people question your intentions. Make your family, your partner, or your friends slowly lose trust in you, without you doing anything wrong. Arguments out of nowhere. Strange silences. A pulling away. Insecurity. They would attack your body, your mind, your face. Whisper lies into your thoughts. Cause tiredness for no reason. Make you feel you aren't good enough anymore. And once your confidence drops, you stop praying like before. You stop being bold. Isolation. The final plan is to pull you away from the people and places that are meant to bless you. Once you feel isolated, you begin to sink. And while you sink, they begin rising with your stolen energy. But here's what they didn't expect. God waited. Watched. Allowed them to reach just close enough to trigger exposure. And then God sent this message. This very one. And if you open your spirit now and keep reading, you are not only going to stop the witch, you're going to reverse every single trap laid against you and unlock a door that leads to an inheritance they never knew existed. Archangel Michael is standing by. He is waiting for your spiritual agreement. You don't have to fight alone. You just have to believe and say, "Yes, God. I believe you." Reveal her now. Do you want to know who she is? Then you must understand this. The one who hurts you the most is usually the one who smiles the most. Her smile is her mask. And her silence is her spell. She will never openly admit what she's done, unless she is exposed under heavenly light. That light is now upon her. Listen carefully. There was a moment where you were vulnerable. You shared something, maybe your fear, your plans, or your pain, and she listened like she cared. But the moment you turned away, she used it as ammunition. She spoke it over a candle. She released your words to spirits who twist intentions. And that is when things in your life started going strangely sideways. Now here's the part that hurts. She isn't a stranger. She is either someone who used to love you, a friend of a family member who pretends to admire you, someone you recently reconnected with, or someone who used to follow you online, but now watches in secret. God says her initials have appeared to you. You've seen them in dreams. You've heard a whisper. You've felt a warning. But you ignored it. Why? Because you didn't want to accuse anyone. Because you're kind. Because you didn't want to seem paranoid. But kindness without discernment is how witches win. So God is showing you now, not through violence, but through revelation. Her voice is fake. Her compliments are poisoned. She knows you're powerful and beautiful, and she resents it. And when she smiles, she is measuring your weakness. But she miscalculated. Because now you know. And now she is terrified. As you read these words, her protection is falling. Her power is draining. And if you dare to say, I cancel every plan made against me, then her final weapon, her last attempt, will scatter. Archangel Michael is roaring in the heavens, lifting his sword. He has now been granted divine permission to expose her not only in the spirit, but in your real life. A conversation is about to happen. A text will be shown. A message, a clue, a dream, something undeniable will come within 24 hours. You will know. And when it happens, do not ignore it. Pray. Say aloud, God, thank you for the exposure. Thank you for saving me in secret. Thank you for Michael. Thank you for showing me this darkness before it reached me. And then, move in silence. Because now, it's her turn to panic. The spell she cast is returning. The mirror she distorted is breaking. Your glow is returning. Your energy is rising. Your favor is opening. And the doors she tried to shut? God is reopening with golden hinges. You will be blessed again. You will feel beautiful again. You will smile without heaviness. Because now the witch has no hiding place. God says, you have obeyed. You have read. And now I will reward. Watch what happens next. God says, you are being watched. Not by me, not by my angels, not even by the one you trust, but by a force that has worn a disguise so perfect, you mistook her for a helper. My child, this message is not written lightly. Archangel Michael stands with his sword trembling, not from fear, but from urgency. Because what I am about to reveal will shake the roots of what you thought you knew. The witch, the one who calls herself a friend, the one whose smile you accepted without suspicion, has been working in silence, building rituals, weaving lies, and cursing the very destiny I carved for you. She has found a crack in your armor, your kindness, your trust, your innocence, and she intends to use it to walk straight into your spiritual home and rob you of every blessing I have ever spoken over you. Michael says, Beloved, open your eyes before your beauty fades, before your radiance dulls, before your divine favor is swapped in a spell. That's how close it is. She has already performed the first act. She didn't need candles this time. She used words, poisoned ones, spoken while laughing beside you. She whispered to others behind your back and wrapped your name in venom. And now? She waits. She waits for you to ignore this message. Because if you do, even I cannot stop the karmic trap she set. Not because I am powerless, but because your free will opens or closes the door. You must act. You must choose. And you must read this through. She wants you to scroll past this, call it a joke, feel like it's not for you. But she knows it is. And I, The Lord your God, am telling you now, it's not just a warning. It's a final notice. She came near your house 3 days ago. She didn't come inside, but she left something behind. Something buried. Something meant to sap your strength from the roots. You felt it as tiredness. A sudden pain. A strange chill. You thought it was the weather. It wasn't. It was the start of her plan. And she is not alone. She has spoken to others, 2 women and 1 man. They laughed about your blessings. One of them said, if she ever truly finds out, we are finished. And yet you were kind. You prayed. You smiled. You didn't see the mirror behind the mask. Michael pleaded to me last night in the heavens. He wept, not out of fear, but because he saw what your life could be if this witch is stopped. You are days away from a divine unlocking, a release of wealth, love, healing, joy, and power that I ordained. But the spell she crafted has one goal: to delay it, then destroy it. She cannot reach me, but she can influence what you do. And if she gets her way, you will grow weaker, sadder, confused. You will begin to doubt me. And that is when she wins. But listen carefully, my child. I did not bring you to this message so you could live in fear. I brought you here so the truth would burn away the lie. You are covered. You are chosen. But even my chosen ones must act when I speak. Right now, your soul needs protection. There's an object in your room, something you've had for a while. A gift maybe. Or a borrowed item. She touched it. You didn't know it, but the moment you brought it home, her energy followed. Do not panic. Just know that you must cleanse your space. Speak my name over your room. Call on Michael. Pray aloud. Declare your home a sanctuary of light. Do not be silent tonight. The battle is not with flesh, but it will affect your body, your beauty, your peace, your favor, if you do nothing. She has already tried to make others see you differently. One of them believed her. But the other felt something strange, a warmth when they looked at you, a kind of divine protection. That's me. I marked you so deeply, no darkness can fully claim you. But your silence is her weapon. That's why Michael is shouting now, louder than ever before. Do not ignore this, beloved. Do not be gentle with this warning. Do not treat it like superstition. God Himself ordered this to reach you now. The witch is clever. She doesn't wear black robes. She wears praise. She claps when you succeed. But it burns her from the inside. You remember that dream you had recently? The one you forgot the moment you woke up? That wasn't just a dream. That was her shadow. You almost caught her identity. But she smudged your memory. That's how deep her magic runs. But she cannot block this message. I am breaking through every veil to tell you, you have 2 minutes to make a choice, reject this or receive it. And when you receive it, act. Cleanse your space. Speak truth. Say my name. Cancel every word curse ever said against you. Say it now, I cancel every spell and curse spoken or thought against me, by the power of God. I am covered. I am rising. Michael says, if they open this within 2 minutes, I will personally surround their house with divine fire. She won't even be able to walk on the same street. That's how urgent it is. That's how near she is. Her time is up. But only if you listen. Your name was written in a contract 2 weeks ago. Not a legal one, a spiritual one. A false agreement made without your knowledge. She promised your peace to someone else. Promised to trade your beauty for her gain. But she forgot that you are not alone. She forgot who you belong to. And now, because you've seen this, her lie is falling apart. You will begin to notice things. Someone will confess something strange soon. Watch for it. It will shock you. But don't be afraid. That will be the sign that what I told you is true. A man you trust is starting to feel distant. That's because she's working on him too. But there's still time. Call on me. Pray for him. Say my name. Bind the enemy's work. Speak life. Say, God, protect him. Bring truth. Restore his vision. Cancel her lies. That will begin the reversal. That's how close you are to breakthrough. But if you let this message fade, if you forget to act, if you say, later, she wins a window. And that's all she needs. A window. A crack. A moment. She is desperate. Because she knows what's coming for you if you align with me fully. She has seen the vision. She's seen the house, the love, the glory. She cannot stop it unless you hand it to her by doubting my word. And right now, she's whispering, scroll past. Don't believe. You've seen messages like this before. But my child, you've never seen this one. Because this one is yours. Crafted. Timed. Delivered by heaven. And right now, angels are reading your heart. They are watching for your decision. Will you trust? Will you respond? Something will shift in your spirit in the next 24 hours. Either peace or confusion. It depends on whether you obey this message. I want you to feel light. I want your beauty to return. Your eyes have been duller lately. That's not you. It's her working behind your back. You've been eating less or more. sleeping differently, feeling like time is slipping. That's her working in shadows. But no more. You are covered now. The moment you finish reading this, a divine light will pour into your space. But you must let it in. Pray. Speak out loud. Play spiritual music. Invite me in. Say, God, come into my house. Cleanse it. I choose you. I trust your voice. Michael is ready. Sword drawn. He says, let her try now. I dare her. Because the second you choose to act, she loses her grip. Her mirror will crack. Her spell will fall. And she will be exposed. She'll try to cry her way out of it. But the truth will be undeniable. And others will see her for what she really is. God says, I've waited for this moment. To see you choose me over fear. To see you wake up and realize that I never left you. That my plan is not delayed, it's defended. And now, my child, now is the time. You are safe. But act. You are loved. But awaken. You are protected. But speak. Your miracle is still coming. Your beauty is being restored. The damage she tried to cause is reversing. But only if you trust me, listen, and take action tonight. Do not wait. Not even 5 minutes. Because she's watching. And if you don't respond, she'll laugh. But if you do, she'll beg for mercy. Because heaven has now exposed her. And your name, yes, your name, is now under divine protection. Permanently. God is with you. And so is Michael. Say it out loud, I receive this. I choose light. I trust God. The witch has no power here. Amen. And now that you've spoken those words, something has already started to shift around you. Even if you can't feel it yet, the realm of the Spirit has felt it shake. Heaven has recorded your response. Michael has moved. The chains she tried to use to bind your future, your beauty, your voice, they've started to break. But you must stay alert now. Because this isn't just a one-time attack. She will try again. She always returns when she senses that your faith is weakening. That's why you must not stop now. Keep praying. Keep cleansing. Keep protecting your space. Right now, somewhere, she is already restless. Something is bothering her. She doesn't know why her energy is no longer working. She'll start to panic. She may call you. She may message you. She may even act like nothing ever happened and pretend to be close again. But don't be fooled. That is how darkness re-enters, through a smile, not a scream. I want you to remember something, my beloved child. You were born marked. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I set you apart. That's why she's always been jealous. It wasn't what you had, it was what you carry. She saw your light before you even understood it yourself. She saw the favor hovering over your head like a crown of stars. She knew if she didn't move early, your success would rise beyond her reach. And so she tried to poison your foundation before your miracles fully unfolded. But what she didn't know is that I had already written this moment into your story. The moment where I expose her. The moment where I show you who she is. The moment where I remind you who you are. She whispered lies in the ears of someone close to you. That's why their behavior has been confusing lately. They feel torn, loyalty to you, but confusion planted by her spell. That's why you must not fight them. Fight the spirit behind it. Speak to me. Say, God, remove every fog from the mind of those who love me. Restore their vision. Break the confusion. Let the truth shine again. And I will do it. There's someone coming soon. Someone new. Someone I am sending as part of your restoration. They won't know the full story, but they will feel something divine when they meet you. That's me arranging divine appointments. That's me bringing helpers. But first, you must let go of who I never sent. That means her. That means the people tied to her lies. It won't be easy. I know. You have memories. You gave trust. You loved them. But I'm not asking you to hate. I'm asking you to recognize what is not from me. I'm asking you to choose protection over familiarity. I'm asking you to walk forward. Michael says, when she tries again, she will be shocked. Her words will fall flat. Her energy will bounce back onto her. Her beauty rituals will begin to fail. Her eyes will dim. And her power will wither. Because she built it on deception. And now, exposed, she has no place to hide. She'll try to shift blame. She'll say others turned you against her. She'll try to cry. But your spirit will know. My spirit in you will burn like fire whenever her name is mentioned. That's your signal. There is something you must throw out. Something you kept for sentimental reasons. You don't even remember where it came from exactly, but it carries a strange energy. You've thought of getting rid of it before, but something always stops you. That's because she bound her energy to it. She used it as a bridge. Get rid of it tonight. I will show you what it is. It will stand out to you now, suddenly. Don't hesitate. Don't analyze. Trust the nudge. When you remove it, the air in your space will feel lighter instantly. This is not just about beauty. It's about your identity. She wants to dim your glow because she knows that glow is what draws divine connections. That light attracts favor. She tried to drain you because you are close to meeting someone who will see you truly. Not just physically, but spiritually. Someone who will recognize the anointing in you. That person will play a key role in the next phase of your life. The witch saw this. She tried to delay it. But now, she can't. Not if you continue walking in obedience. I'm going to send signs. Repeated numbers.